You are now listening to Heat 100 Radio. Keep it locked, keep it hot, keep it 100.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Slightly past the 11 o'clock hour, but we here nonetheless.
Y'all, he is staring at me.
I'm not staring at you. I'm just looking at you to make sure you were ready.
With your
Because
eyes
I
all
jumped
big.
in kind of quick.
That's like staring.
But I jumped in kind of quick.
Like this.
So I had to make sure you were ready. Again,
I think that's his way of letting you know that I am here to play with him today.
Yes.
The guys couldn't come, so
I got
the
the
original, the missus, is back.
Yes, I like that. The original. The original. And, as always, when the missus is here, she has her job.
I do have my job. And don't judge me, y'all. When you get old, you'll understand. I have to put my spectaculators on so that I can read This Day in Sports. Thank you, Boo. In 1982, NBA history was made when the San Antonio Spurs beat the Milwaukee Bucks 171-166 in 3 overtime settings for the record for most points by 2 teams in a game. The record, however, was beaten on December 13th, 1983 by the Detroit Pistons and Denver Nuggets when they played to a final score of 186-184. Good Lord.
That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of points. That's like when baseball goes into like the 12th inning, and you're like,
it's like the
really?
All-Star game.
Yeah, but there's no D in the All-Star game.
We're going to get to that.
There was D in this game.
Yeah, there was some defense played in that game.
Okay, so 1985, Mike Tyson makes his professional debut in Albany, New York, winning by a first-round knockout of Hector Mercedes. And in 1983, the United States Football League, USFL, began its first season of pro football competition. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it for This Day in Sports.
I like that teamwork. It's great.
Well, we're both a little crazy. So.
Yeah, we're just a little bit. So, today is Monday, as always, but it's the first Monday. It's the first Monday of March. And...
Oh, I thought we was about to start singing Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's the first of the month?
No, it's not the first of the month. It's actually
not.
the 6th of the month.
It is.
But it's the first Monday.
It is the first Monday.
And
well, what if we, say... It's the first Monday of the month.
You can try it. I don't know how that
So grab your radio, come on.
You have a smartphone, radio,
right,
whatever.
right. Because we're internet. You can grab anything that's connected to that Wi-Fi.
That's it.
And hear us do our thing.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And we are sure that you are listening. But today, first Monday, is our listener appreciation, our listener day, if you will. And I have some comments from 2 of our followers about the Danny Garcia fight, which was
No, we saw
Saturday.
that fight. I actually was watching that fight.
So, now that you're back
I'm
for
back.
a while, what was your take on that fight before we get into the listeners, since you're here?
That was the second fight, right?
Yes.
Because I don't know anybody's name.
The first one was over real quick.
It wasn't.
It was over real quick.
It wasn't that quick.
It was quick enough. But anyway, it's Danny Garcia.
That's the Philly kid.
From Philly. Yes, against Keith Thurman from Florida.
I don't think I saw enough of that fight. I remember the first fight really well. I don't remember the second fight. I think I was tired.
You might have. But I do
I
remember.
went to work that morning, people. Don't judge me.
Yeah, I do remember that second fight. And initially I asked people who did they think would win. And it was a lot of mixed views. A lot of people from Philly were pulling for Danny Garcia.
Well, I think that's how you're supposed to do.
Right. But there were also some people from Philly who said that their hearts were in it for Danny.
But they didn't think he could handle it.
Yeah, they thought that Keith Thurman would be victorious. And ultimately, Keith Thurman was victorious. Now, my interpretation of that fight is I felt like Danny didn't do enough to win. if you understand what I mean. And she's looking at me like I'm
No,
crazy.
I understand. No.
I
Because
just think,
sometimes we come into a situation and we don't bring our A game because we don't think we have to.
right.
We think that we can do this on a B level and not just survive but win.
Right.
And so if he went into there thinking that he could bring his B game, and Keith Thurman brought his A+ game,
Yes, he did.
then your B game is not going to be good enough.
Non-existent.
So I would love to talk to Danny Garcia.
I
I
would
would
too.
love to bring him in here and
So we're gonna get
talk
on
to
that.
him.
We're gonna have to get on that. I'm gonna get on that today, later on, when we off the air.
So if you're listening and you know Danny Garcia, put him in
Right.
touch with us.
Get in contact with us.
First of all, you know we love our Philly teams. You know I'm an Eagles fan,
Right.
diehard. My husband is a diehard Sixers fan. You know, we ride for the Phillies. We ride for the Flyers. If you're from Philly,
In any local town.
we got your back.
Yes, indeed.
So
Yes, indeed.
please know that if you guys put us in touch with Danny Garcia, it's all love.
Yes, it is. And you will get your credit too. We won't just say that we did it all our own. We
Well,
are
we would
not
never
into
say that.
Yeah, we always give credit where credit is due.
Right.
Definitely.
I just want them to know we're not going to get them on here and beat up on them.
Oh no. It'll be genuine conversation.
Right.
And love. Yeah, we won't come on and have you be berated by us
No,
or
never.
by our listeners for that.
Because we're not going to let them put you down.
Yeah, we will.
We're not
We
gonna
will
do
screen
that.
calls very, very much so. So, one of the people that commented, and I asked, what are people saying about the Garcia versus Thurman fight? Now, one of the people mentioned, and this is Thomas Tarboro, a loyal follower, loyal listener. And Tom, I hope you set your alarm, because I told you to set your alarm yesterday. You always joke with me and tell me you take the kids and then you fall asleep. So I told you to set your alarm. So hopefully we'll hear from you one way or another, whether you send me a message on social media.
Tell us what he said. Come
call
on
in.
now.
Oh, I need to get to what he said?
Yes.
Okay. What Tom said was, Thurman was, I'm going to have to move this over to see, don't, like the missus said, when you get older, your eyes get a little bad.
They're not the same that they used to be.
So, Thurman was quicker to the punch. So in this case, speed won. On the other hand, Danny wasn't throwing enough punches. He was not fast enough to counterpunch. I was waiting on the left that Danny usually uses.
Did he not use his left?
Apparently, he didn't use it enough.
Or with the same power or force
Right.
that he normally
And I'm thinking that he didn't use it enough because he said, he's waiting on it, the left that he usually uses. And I've heard that he had Danny Garcia has a mean left hook. And I didn't really see a lot of them myself in the amount of fight that I watched. Then we have a gentleman going by the name of Varnell Hill. And I know this person through ball. That's not his real name. Anyway, they respected each other's power so much they failed to be as aggressive as they both usually are. Danny ain't want to fight after he got hit a couple times. Thurman deserved the win. Now, just to touch on what Varnell Hill said, and I kind of agree with that as well, when he said that Danny didn't want to fight after he got hit.
If somebody was hitting you, would you want to keep getting hit?
Listen, when I saw that in the early part of the fight, it reminded me of the famous Mike Tyson quote. And that quote is, and I say quote, everybody has a game plan until they get punched in the face. End quote. And it's funny. It's always going to be funny, but if you think about it, it's very real.
It's very real.
It is very real.
Somebody punch you in your face and take your breath away.
If
you kind of like,
right. If you go back and look at that fight,
maybe I made the wrong decision here.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should go back home and rethink this whole game plan.
Right, and I think Danny getting hit with a left hand from Keith Thurman early in the fight somewhat changed his game plan. I won't say change, I say altered his game plan.
And the other
where
thing
he wasn't as aggressive as he usually is.
And the other thing is, we have to keep this in mind. When you're climbing the ranks and you're doing really well, you're not getting hit with those punches.
Right.
So the first time somebody hits you with a punch that you like stuns you,
Like
and you stun founded, it takes a minute to come back from that.
Perfect example when we had Kyron Hooks and Lonnie from Attack Mode Boxing on the show, and Baldy asked him, the boxer Kyron, asked him he asked him something about how did he take his first punch or when was his hardest punch, and he said he was sparring, and the dude gave him a body shot, and he said he literally took a minute to gather himself. That was the first time that he had got hit, and again, he was
stun-founded.
That's her word, folks. So
for those
you'll
of you
probably
who do
hear
not know,
that a lot today.
StunFounded. Stun-founded.
And it fits. It might sound a little crazy, but it fits.
It sounds a lot crazy.
But it fits a lot. And,
it does.
And like you said, you get smacked in the mouth. And you know what? I think that relates to all sports.
Oh, that relates to life,
everything.
though.
It relates to life. But since we're talking sports, kind of like, and I'm going to go back to the Super Bowl, if you will.
I will.
In the beginning, the Falcons were on point.
Kicking buttons, taking names.
They were smacking them in the mouth on a regular basis in that first half. And what they ultimately did was, like people like to say, they woke up the sleeping giant. And things changed immediately.
And that's actually normally the response. You smack somebody hard enough, either you put them to sleep,
yes,
or you wake them all the way up.
Yes.
And they woke the Patriots all the way up. And they came back and said, wait a minute, hold up.
This ain't supposed to be going on.
You're not going to do me like this.
That's right. Oh, we got something for you. You can smack back.
Bam.
Right. And, you know, it's funny, but both teams had their moments of being stun-founded.
Yes.
You know, in the beginning,
because in the beginning, the Patriots were stun-founded. They said, I didn't know the Falcons could play like this. And then at the end,
when they started their comeback, the Falcons were
stun-founded. Like,
yes.
What happened?
Yeah.
We was ahead by 100 points.
Yes, you were.
Now we on the bottom by 100. I don't even know what's going on.
Yeah, and it felt worse.
The game was crazy.
Worse than what the score was because the Patriots had to come back from as far as they did.
Yes, they came back from an unbelievable deficit and just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. To force overtime.
Yeah.
In the Super Bowl. Which is usually not the case.
It's never been the case.
Right. It's usually not the case.
No, there's a difference between usually and never. You know, I'm very specific in my language.
Same difference.
It's not at all.
It is the same difference. Anyway, getting back to the fight. So, Danny Garcia lost his belt, and we now have a unified, I think it's middleweight or welterweight champion. I'm not sure what class they are, but
I think they're welterweight.
There's now a unified champion. So, folks, we are here, and do you think Danny will ask for, or do you even think that Danny deserves a rematch?
Oh, he deserves a rematch.
So, we'll marinate on that for a little bit. We'll come back and pick that up.
It's welterweight.
Welterweight. Okay, so there's a unified welterweight. Yes, the missus was right. And I cannot deny
And I have another question when we come back. There's something else I want to discuss. You should know what it is about boxing.
Yes, I do.
And I really, really want to hear somebody else's perspective on this.
Great. So we'll take a break. We'll come back and talk about your question. And we'll see if we can get some callers in. Stay tuned, folks. You're listening to SportsRap Heat 100 Radio. It's your boy D.
And the missus.
And we here.
You are now listening to Heat
I need you to move that camera. It's getting the back of your head.
100.